podcast is brought to you by Amslinger Soda.
Amslinger?
Amslinger Soda.
I don't know what that...
The real soda for...
Is that a reference to...
I don't know.
What is that a reference to?
I was just making up a name so I wouldn't get in trouble for copyright infringement or anything.
Spell it for me.
A-M.
Oh, really? I would have guessed A-H-M.
No.
No? Okay. A-M.
That might be the way to go. A-M-S-L-I-N-G-E-R? Or is there an L in there? Slinger.
Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Amslinger family history.
Oh.
So Amslinger soda
in that closet.
Amslinger soda of the Amslinger family and their lineage. Simon Amslinger is an investment executive within public equities. So a douche. Prior to joining J. Rothschild Capital Management Limited, Simon was at Capital Group, where he spent almost 6 years in equity research. After which he promptly slit his wrists. I don't know. This guy's
blah blah blah.
This guy's life sounds
Moving
so
on.
boring. Hello and welcome.
Welcome to the Moveman Podcast. I am Peter, the Amslinger slugging beverage drinker to my right.
Have you drank it? Have you tasted it yet?
Not yet.
Do you realize it's like Smurf piss blue?
Well, I'm about to find out.
It's like...
My co-host is Brady, and our special guest, not drinking the Smurf blue drink.
Well, she came in with her own drink, and every time I've offered her a drink, she's told me to go to hell, so...
Is Emily Mader.
Hello and welcome to myself.
Whose maiden name was Amslinger.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah. And strangely, so is her married name. Which, but when you're dealing with a popular name like Amslinger, then doesn't mean you're related.
Well, they are now, regardless. But we're here today to continue our journey in the Superman saga. We're doing Superman 4: The Quest for
Peace.
Story. Sorry, Quest for Peace.
It's called the quest for a story. Yeah. That might be more accurate.
So initial impressions. Okay, what the hell is this movie?
You think it's that bad?
We'll get into it, I'm sure.
Anyways, Emily, initial impression.
Okay, so Christopher Reeve as Superman is just good. Nobody's gonna argue with that. I don't think.
No.
Because it's the nostalgia of it all. But yeah, what the hell is this movie? It just was kind of a mess. It had moments, and we'll get into it, but my initial impression is, what the hell? Essentially.
Brady, what are your initial impressions?
Well, I mean, I have so many, but to keep it brief, I feel like the first two Superman movies, and by that I mean Superman and then the Superman Donner cut, just because that's the way it was originally conceived. It was the way it was supposed to be.
He loves that Donner cut so much.
I'm cuckoo for Donner.
I like it too.
I feel like it is an iconic classic two films that you put on a pedestal and you go, this was a great moment in cinematic history, and we'll be talking about it until, the Amherst Cola Company goes under. And Amslinger. What did I say? Amherst?
Amherst.
Oh, it's a town in Ontario.
Shoutouts.
Where the Amslingers live. Then I feel like the third one was a step down in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
However, it did a really good job of... I think it was a step down in iconicism, but I think it was still a really great film because it reinvented itself. It decided, okay, you know what? Let's go the comedy route. And it did, with Richard Pryor and his character, and let's have some goofy fun with this. And we realize we're not making super serious cinema here. We realize that there is an inherent campy cheesiness to the source material, especially with the filmmaking abilities that they had in the early 80s. And so they're like, let's just ham this up and have fun with it. I don't know what this one is. Because it's not great. And I don't know how much of that I'm sad to say this, but seeing Christopher Reeve's name in the opening credits under story by, I wonder how much of this is, he's the guy of the franchise. Let's give him a little more. Chris has got an idea.
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So I don't know if that played
is this
a
the first in the
big
series
negative
that
role.
he had that
I
role?
don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
Right? I don't.
Well, I thought you guys might know more about what might have been happening behind the scenes because
Pull your microphone much closer to you.
Number
Pretend you like it.
I know that the discourse in the director's chair for I think all of these movies is pretty well documented.
Yeah.
So
Number three
was there
went-
some of that going on?
Well, number 3 went through its problems because Donner was gone after 2.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the actors were hesitant about coming
Donner
back for
Party
3.
of 8.
Were there like budget problems too going on? Like I just wonder
Maybe.
like was this such a mess
Right.
for other reasons
Yeah.
than
Sorry.
No.
just bad writing or what happened here?
Well, I said Donner Party. Do you know what the Donner Party is?
No.
Okay, so they were just, anyways, real brief.
Yeah.
Like 150 years ago,
Oh boy.
they were these like Oregon Trail-esque.
Racist people.
I mean, maybe.
I'm just. I
like,
feel like.
anyways.
I feel like most stories when you go 150 years ago.
They were
There's a
these
good
like.
chance it's just this racist.
They were these settlers. You should watch there's a ton of documentaries on YouTube about them, but they were these like settler type migrating people. I don't know how many other more. I think it was like 10. It was like a group of 10 people that were
Small group.
migrating like across the U.S. or across whatever, and then like a harsh winter hit, and shit got real bad, and those of them that didn't end up succumbing to the cannibalism of the others.
Yeah.
Because they reached a point where it's like, we either eat this idiot or we die. So anyways, that's all. That's my contribution to this
Pretty
episode.
clean.
I think I'd rather die.
I don't know. It's messed up. It's horrible. It's a horrible circumstance.
I don't know. I mean,
I watched The Terror a couple years ago, and then I got really into reading about the like Franklin and the Northwest Passage, and like you couldn't pay me enough money to go on that journey in like the 1800s, like because 90% of them died, and the other ones that didn't became cannibals, and then died.
so this film is Christopher Reeve's only Superman writing credit.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, what are his other writing credits?
He did one episode of Who Gives a Shit in 2003. It was a television show. He did one episode of a show called The Practice.
Don't call it Who Gives a Shit. I like Christopher Reeves.
Oh, no, me too. It's just the show looks like it sucks.
Okay.
Like there's no one you've ever heard of is in this. There's sort of a weird David Schwimmer lookalike.
Oh. Nice.
No. What is your initial impression?
I wrote it down because I honestly watched this like a month ago.
Really?
Well, not quite a month, but
I-
at my age, it feels like a month.
I had an oh shit I forgot again moment and watched it last night starting at 12:30 when
saw
I
it
was
on your
excited to
TV.
be going to bed.
Oh no.
And then fell asleep with only 20 minutes left and so finished those 20 minutes
Like-
when I got home from work
That makes sense. That checks
an hour ago.
Okay, I do remember this. I enjoyed the first third of the movie. I enjoyed the sequences that were like interpersonal in nature. So when it was Clark and Lacey or Superman and Lois, I kind of had some fun with those bits. I had some fun with the characters. But overall, I hated Nuclear Man.
Oh my God.
I was so done with Lex Luthor as well. Like, just as a character,
yeah.
I kind of found, I don't think I realized in 1 and 2 how annoying he was. But in this one, it really clicked home for me. And I hated a lot of the unresolved character journeys at the end. Like, there's so many threads that just are unfinished. And
Well,
it's
maybe
just
they'll
like
get
no one
picked up in the
cares.
next one. No, seriously, maybe they'll touch on them in the next one.
We'll get into this when we break it into it, but I've just got so many questions, and I don't think there's a lot of good answers. So I'm a little disappointed. I don't think I quite hated on it as much as you guys. There's some gems here and there, but it's not the strongest of the 4.
Like John Cryer as Lenny.
I don't want to crap all over it because I know a lot of people have a lot of like nostalgic attachment to these films.
I don't know if they do for this one though.
I can put myself in the shoes of somebody about 10 years or 15 years older than me and see it, right? Because like think of yourself as a young kid watching a movie, a superhero movie, and what you want to see is the superhero fight the bad guy who's also a super villain. Like we never got that in any of the other ones. We got like Superman fighting himself in the third one. But like I can imagine that if you're young or even a young adult watching that in the theater, I bet it was okay.
Brady just rolled up the Rotten Tomatoes score, and
It's pretty
it's
pretty dismal.
10% for the critic score, 16 for the audience.
But I think it has. I think there's like a growing group of people that are like, actually 3 and 4 were my favorites. Like I've seen it online.
I don't know.
So
That's interesting.
Is
It's true.
there
while
a
I am
cult?
over here like this is written so poorly, I can understand that if you're a kid watching this in the movie theater with your parents or with your siblings, it's going to hold some kind, because it's like, it was really they were some of the first like superhero movies in the theater.
I think I would argue what you're arguing isn't exclusive to this though. Like insert movie child saw with parent during childhood.
And there are definitely better movies than this one. So, but like,
so here I'm going to ask these rapid fire questions. You can literally answer none of them, or you can engage in any of them that you want. There was a rattle. That sounded like a.
That's my take your pills reminder.
Oh, did you bring your pills?
No.
So
It's
what
fine.
do we do
I'll
now?
be fine.
That's your you done effed up reminder.
Question 1: Where's Lana from number 3? Like she's just Ghost Town City, USA.
Wow, look.
Didn't she move on to better things?
Yeah, I thought that better thing was going to be Christopher Reeve in New York.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, she like the movie ends and she's working at the Daily
1000%.
Planet in New York metropolis.
Right. I know it's
sorry,
so
never mind.
obviously New York.
But
They don't
like,
even try to hide it.
I don't know. They had to make. Maybe she got eaten by
What?
Lacey
A raccoon?
Warfield. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
they needed
Who
to.
knows?
I feel like they needed someone. I don't think that this is actually what they needed, but like for the story that Christopher Reeve apparently wanted to tell, they needed someone other than Lois who was a career-driven, super rich. Cougar's the wrong word, but like, do you know what I mean? Like,
she was grounded though because she wasn't a jackass.
She kind of started out
she
as
comes
one.
out.
Yeah,
she
but she
comes
comes
off
around.
a little skanky, and
Oh
then
yeah, well, it's the 80s. I
what?
don't know. We were all skanky.
We're
in
all
the
a little
80s.
skanky in the 80s.
But he who is
Why I was
without
born in the
sin
90s.
cast the first stone.
I think we saw some really nice pieces to the character of Clark Kent in this film,
Sure.
especially his resistance to sell the farm,
Yeah.
especially to sell the farm to somebody who is going to develop it.
Yes.
His
You know,
launch
I
angle-
feel like,
his launch angle on hitting a fastball left that.
right, he's so good at pretending to be bad at stuff. But like, I think we saw more depth in the character of Clark Kent instead of Superman, which we didn't get a lot of in the first movies.
No, I mean,
That's fair. That's a fair point.
You weren't here for episode movie 3.
Yeah.
I did in the third film. This was the third film, right? Yeah. I really appreciated. I thought the best acting scene for Christopher Reeve in this franchise was in the third film. Particularly him in the junkyard fighting himself.
Yep.
I was like, I cannot believe that this is the same person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yep.
She showed off his
two different
acting
people
chops.
entirely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he does. Yes, I like that. I do like, even though it's a little cliche, although it's always weird. I mean, you say cliche, but when you're talking about a film from the 80s, you have to ask yourself, was it cliche then? I'm going to say that this probably was still cliche at this point. You do get that scene of like, oh shit, I'm Clark and Superman, and both of them are supposed to be here at the same time.
But it was fun.
And I need to make, yeah, and it was great.
Like-
and I liked it.
Yeah.
Even though it was cliche. I did have a moment because I spent most of this film going, good God, what the hell is this? Like, whether it's him.
For me, it was the UN scene where everyone's clapping.
Oh,
and
okay.
naming their child after Superman.
We're
for
going to get into this.
nuclear weapons are bad. Oh my Lord!
Really?
Thank you, Jesus.
It wasn't the 20,000 square kilometer fishing net that he puts all of the warheads into
It
and
wasn't
then flings
how
that into
he
the sun?
fixed
You
the
haven't
Great
seen-
Wall of China with his laser vision somehow.
Lord.
Can someone explain the
That was-
physics of that to me, please?
that was
Because
so
what the
bad.
hell?
Or perfectly cooked a duck?
Stop motion.
What?
I don't know.
But
No.
like, how did he put? It was all blown apart.
Yeah.
It was like he did. Why didn't you just reuse him flying around the world
I feel like-
again? Because that's literally what it looked like. He just undid it.
I feel like something wonderful here has happened where like you two were both like, oh, you know, it's not that bad. And then
no,
I
no.
started shitting on it a little bit.
You're like,
and then all of a
yeah.
sudden you're like, and you know what else?
Get the pitchforks out, boys. Let's
there was
go.
There's
so
some
I mean
stuff that made me audibly say, "What the hell?"
so the whole flinging the things into the sun thing is obviously ridiculous. But I did have a moment towards the end of this film where I realized that even though this is tacky and stupid and over the top, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
They
is
were
a
going for
19
campy.
They're going for
Campy.
comic booky.
Can't
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Right? And
Campy.
as I was watching it, there was this moment where it clicked. And not only did it click for this, but like retroactively to all of the super cheesy moments in the previous ones where I was like, it's not like today. It's not like today where you're watching the movie and yes, they're pulling things from the comics, but they're trying to set it in our world. This was in every sense of the word, far more so than the films we get today. This was a comic book movie.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
A live action comic book
That's fair.
is what this is.
Boom, pow, crash.
Yes, because
like,
as soon as everyone is acting, or as soon as you wrap your head around that and you view it through that lens, all of the ridiculousness instantly feels completely fine.
and you can't make
Yep.
it dramatic or dark or because then you're going for something else entirely.
Yeah.
And I had these thoughts though, where like the UN scene particularly was the first time where I was just like, you could have taken this somewhere so much better. And it was almost like my internal like monologue was like, it's like you wanted it to be political and then just decided, nah. Like I'm not saying I want it to be political.
No.
I don't think that would have fit the time. I mean,
No.
I don't think it would have really worked, but I also really love just the premise of questioning whether or not it would be okay for Superman to make a decision for all of humanity. And is that like overstepping his, because he could just do it without asking.
He could.
Without consent.
Yeah.
And he does, talk when he's having the conversation with his dad.
He essentially just decides, right?
Yeah.
But the stupid part for me was that everybody was like, okay, great idea, thanks, Superman. And I'm like,
not one person.
come on,
thinks different.
nobody has
not
any,
one country. Not one
nobody
country.
has any.
F you, don't take our nukes.
Yeah, like truly every single.
I feel like they missed such an opportunity to introduce Sam Lane.
Yes. Yeah.
Because this was such a military heavy theme.
What is his...
Sam
Okay,
Lane
he
is
is in
a
the
general.
comics.
He is Lois Lane's father.
Oh.
And you could have had a whole thing where it's like Superman wants to take away our nukes. And Sam Lane is super, like, anti-Superman.
Right.
Nukes are our only defense against everything. He can't take them away. He doesn't have that. He's not even one of us. You could have had that. And then there would have been like a conflict, right, with Lois.
I was just going to say.
And, Lois being torn between Superman and her father. And I don't know. I'm just saying you had an opportunity and you just didn't take it. You just...
So
I don't know what they were doing there. But
speaking of Superman making decisions for humanity, there is one part of this film that gives me a huge ick factor, and it's tied into an element of previous films that we discussed, and we discussed as a group the ethics of it and the human rights and the morality of it and all this shit.
Oh, did he do the thing to Lois again?
So there is a moment in this film where Clark is feeling a little lonely and wanting to have a little romance. And so he pulls Lois off of the ledge, off of the apartment balcony, catches her as Superman, still wearing the glasses, but I was going to say nothing else. He's got his Superman suit on.
But he's still got the Clark Kent
different
glasses
movie.
on.
And so revealing to her that he is Superman. At which point they go and they fly and they kiss, they do whatever. And then there's a moment where he asks her, or it's however it happens, it's revealed that through the act of what's just happened, it's rejogged her memory. It's undone the effects of the kissing that he did to her previously, and she remembers everything, right? She remembers playing hide the Kryptonian pickle in the Fortress of Solitude. She remembers
getting her arm dislocated, flying in the sky.
She remembers all of that, right? She remembers all of it.
Yeah.
I didn't get that impression, but I must have missed that.
She says, "I remember everything."
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He says, "You remember, don't you?" And she's like, "Yes, I remember everything." And then, just like that, he kisses her and wipes her memory
He
again.
just takes
Is
it.
that what happens? Because I'm
Yes.
trying to remember the
No.
sequence. I think I maybe misinterpreted that sequence, and I thought it was just like a hint of a memory in her mind, and then she like flashed back, and like, so he actively wipes it again.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
your impression of it?
That's
Oh,
what
it is
I got
100%
to.
what happens. Yeah, because
okay.
And I remember turning to Aaron and being like,
Yeah,
he
'cause-
gives this woman no consent over her own
because
memories.
he kisses her out on the balcony,
Okay.
and then flies inside real quick while she's still got her eyes closed,
Right.
and then
And
she
he
opens
comes
her
out
eyes
as
up and
Clark.
she's like, "Clark,
What are you doing?
what am I doing out on the balcony?" Right? Like she's confused and disoriented, doesn't know what's going on. And I was like, "You
Selfish bastard.
scuzzball."
Yeah.
Because I'm like, so, you guys, you revealed who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You had some hot sex.
Actually, he was in the North Pole, so
You had no,
cold,
man, there was
cold
shit was melting. and tried to, like, you guys, you were gonna make a go of it.
Yeah.
Mutually decided it's not gonna work, it's too dangerous, it's not a good idea. He kisses her. We sort of, at first, there was a little bit of like, is that? And then I think we kind of collectively agreed, yeah, you know what? No, I think in this circumstance, under these conditions, it wasn't completely wrong or creepy what he did. Like, it was also what she wanted type of thing. I'd have to go back and listen specifically to the episode, but I think we were all sort of kind of lukewarm to it at least.
Yeah. Not like this. This was just like,
But
I want to
this
have
time-
a moment.
Yeah.
And
this
then
time-
take
I
it.
think this would have been kind of unique. Like, I think it would have been kind of cute if they had reworked it in a way that wasn't this. Like, I'm not sure if something had, say, if something had jarred her memory that had overcome what had been done in the past, and then she remembered. Because I think it would have been cute to finally have this moment where she remembers. But I obviously misremember this completely because
We
how it
had all
ends-
those cute moments in the second film, right? Like, I think we could have just had another fly around with Superman moment.
All
like,
I
he didn't
know-
need to reveal that he was
Yeah.
Clark or that Clark was Superman to have that moment with her. He could have had it as
But I
Superman.
think it would have been nice if he opened himself up to it.
All I know is that when I saw this scene, the first thing that I thought when the scene ended was, oh my God, how many times have you done this? Right? Maybe this is the first time and it's the only time it will ever happen.
Right? It's like roofing somebody's drink.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
almost like
It was like
that.
he roofied her. Right? That he like snapped her out of this like mind wipe that he's done to her. This mind wipe that she's like perpetually in. Right? Because in it like retroactively changed. Before it was like, okay, you've erased her memory and you've undone, it felt like the undoing of something before.
Right.
Now it doesn't feel like the undoing of something. It feels like the doing of something. And that there's this spell on her.
Like she's a toy
This
or
this forgetting
Anytime
spell.
you need to go down memory lane, you can kind of reach on the shelf.
You remove the forgetting spell temporarily, play with her emotions a little bit, and then put the forgetting spell back on. And I was like,
Yeah.
Dafook?
So
Yeah,
so
it
can
gave
I-
me the ick too, but I didn't think as deeply about it as that.
Oh.
But
So I've
I
got
hear,
some questions in
I
this
see your
vein.
point.
I paused the movie, I went and showered. And then I was like,
So I
okay.
didn't pick up on that, but this is what I picked up on here. So I got a question. Actually, it starts with a joke. So why were Clark and Lacey even exercising together? I didn't get that. Not
I don't know.
important. Not
Why were
important.
they?
Not important, but
Oh,
it
that's
just
not the
seemed
joke?
so random. That
What do
was
you
the
mean?
joke.
Because
Why?
she's hot.
Yeah, but like, why is she
And he's-
interested in working out with this guy? Like, he's
Because aside from the
Because
glasses,
he's
he
hot.
is tall, dark, and handsome.
agreed. We've already had this discussion though. Like, Superman is hot.
No, Clark is hot.
like hunched and like
yeah, but
groveling.
Yeah, but you know what? She at the start of this film, when
She
we first
singled
meet
him
her,
out.
when we
Okay.
first meet her at the Daily Planet, and she's like laying all scantily on the desk and doing all this stuff. They present her at the start of this film as the type of woman who, even if it's not necessarily her type or not necessarily, she's going to get her rocks off and then move on to the next poor schmuck. That is how that's not who her character ends up being, but she is presented as this stone cold, gets what she wants, manipulative, uses her looks and her money to get where she needs to go,
she set her sights on Clark.
Paris Hilton kind of creep.
So I
Sorry,
guess,
Paris.
I do remember looking to Aaron at near the beginning too and saying he towers over everybody else in that office. Like you can't hide. You can shrug as much as you want, but you can't hide.
Yeah,
that.
he's not noticeable.
Yeah.
I think Perry White buying the shares of the newspaper business and saving the company would be a strong second place to Superman.
Also, probably not
No, not at
within
all.
like. What is this dick's salary? Like where?
Yeah.
Also,
Where'd he
where
get
did that
from?
plot line even come from? Because
I
when it
don't-
happened at the end, I went, "Oh, that's a thing." Like that was on the table this whole time. Like I didn't even realize that was a risk. We're talking about nuclear war. and I
Again,
didn't even
it's
realize
like
the paper
they
was in
wanted
jeopardy.
to go political.
No.
But even with the press thing, where we have on one hand we have this super political concept of nuclear weapons, and then on another we've got the newspaper being bought out
Right.
by rich assholes.
It's true.
guilty.
I'm sorry, but where are we right now in 2025?
Not much has changed,
So it's like they wanted to say something important,
but didn't.
but didn't. And I'm not upset that they didn't, because I don't think it would have worked.
No.
But it's like they set it up and then just like
Yeah,
I don't know what this
It's
is.
like Christopher Reeves called in sick the last day of writing, and no one tied the bows on his thing.
They were talking about the integrity of the press, and like they took these like super serious themes and just like
Either keep
didn't
it
do
campy
anything
and
with
comic booky, or make it political, but
Just
don't be
pick
the
one.
awkward in between.
just pick one,
Don't pussyfoot around in the middle.
right?
Whoa.
I was worried about using that word.
Pete said foot.
So hold on. My question is, it's a fun sequence to see this double date of back and forth.
That was really
with Lacey
fun.
and what's
Yep.
her name. But my question is, like, what happens with Lacey and Clark? What happens with Lois and Superman? I'm just wondering what the implications of this. Like, is this no different than someone trying to date two women at the same time? Like, ethically, I'm like, actually, is this okay? Because
We're really pointing out all the moral flaws of
time.
Superman in this movie.
Like, it
aren't
makes
we?
for a fun sequence, don't get me wrong, and it's technically like two alter egos. But, like, Brady,
I think it's meant to be like a hey, Clark, you can't actually be in two places at once. You try all the time, but like
yeah, but in this case, like, he's
can't do
leading
it.
two women on. I'm just saying, not too far from the point you just made, because that's a good one. I didn't pick up on that. But I would say this is a distant second, but it's still not. The implications aren't great. Like, I guess he's having tryouts, and whoever comes out on top is the one he
But
picks.
I don't think he ever intended to do anything about I think she kind of coerced him into the date, didn't she?
They spend a lot of time with each other. Like, it's not just like a one-off or a business meal. Like, they're doing things together.
Yeah.
She clearly has interests, and he's not saying no. Like, he's not, like, clearly defining a line. He's, like, leading her on or, like, continuing the facade.
Oh, no. In the director's cut, they have a threesome.
The Donner cut, indeed.
Well, no, actually, it's the Bonner
I don't know.
cut.
I didn't see it that part as that deep. I think it was just a
No.
funny way to make him
Okay.
change in and out of his costume
it's a
like
fun
17
sequence.
times,
It's a
right?
fun
Like
sequence.
it's
Well,
just fun.
and it also
he gets into a car and then comes out the other side, and it's fun.
It also seemed like the only real date. Like, it kind of seemed like the Clark. It's weird.
It
because
seems Mad Men-esque.
Well,
It does seem like a little...
It's weird because I always feel, even though Clark Kent is the disguise, for some reason, whenever Superman is hanging out with Lois or leading Lois on or flirting with her or whatever, and clearly hiding the fact that he's not also Clark Kent. There's something weird. I always feel weird about that, just because it's like, it is. I mean, it's deceitful, and it kind of seems like, when he erased her memory or whatever, it seemed like there was a little bit of a "if you love her, let her go" kind of thing happening there, but then also he hasn't, because he still works at the Daily Planet, and Superman still shows up on her balcony from time to time, and right, so it's kind of like he's ruining this woman's life without her knowing it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like the date that Clark had with Lacey was not really a real date. Like, I don't know how interested in her Clark really was.
He's still showing up.
Yeah, because I think that he has an ulterior motive, which is trying to save the newspaper and save the integrity of the newspaper. And so he's trying to appeal to this woman so that maybe he can get her to see the other side of the fence.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because then otherwise I don't know why he's like...
Yeah.
Because otherwise I don't know why he is having anything to do with this woman.
Well, because we needed to have a scene where Clark Kent is dating Lacey and Superman is dating
guess.
Lois, and they're on a double date, and we have to make him change in and out of his costume 17
I'm
times.
surprised it took 4 films to get to this sequence, like him having to bounce back and forth and being like in the same interaction, because it's like from like just a scene perspective, it is kind of fun.
I also don't know if I understand what the dynamic between between Lois and Superman even is.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
we've only ever seen them hang out a couple of times. They don't really talk.
And suddenly they're on a
seems like
date.
they're sort of dating, but like, does she even
Are they in a relationship?
right? Like up
Like, is she
until
going
this
around
point,
saying Superman's my boyfriend?
right?
Right.
Like up until this point, it's kind of felt like Lois could say, "Oh, I know Superman," and everyone else around her, rightfully so, would be able to say, "Bitch, please, not really," because like he saved you a handful of times, but
Right.
stop jumping out of windows, you asshole. So I don't know. I just don't know what the dynamic between them is.
I don't know.
And I don't know that I don't know that the movies really know either.
No.
Or really cared.
No, they don't. No.
No.
Like, I think you're right.
It's not very strong. Let's just put it that way.
No.
Yeah.
Was anything done well in this movie? I guess someone has to ask the
It
question.
certainly,
I think you're a fucking idiot.
it certainly wasn't the special effects.
No, God, no. What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Budget cuts.
Were they
I don't
better?
know.
We've
Or were
had
they
a
worse?
segment where we kind of talk about the opening credits, right?
Oh,
and how like
yeah.
the first one was just like, so the first film was discovering a plug-in on your video editing software and just driving that shit into the ground for 10 goddamn minutes. The second one was like, okay, same plug-in, but I figured out how to adjust the controls.
I can make the words move around on the screen now.
Yeah, the third
Number
one
3 was just
was weird. I don't know
totally
what was
weird. Like
going on.
Vaseline on the corners, penguins walking around. Like,
But-
no, they didn't give a shit.
But
Like, no
this
cared.
one was so bizarre to me
It was
because
just like red and blue.
so
Yeah.
every video editing software that has
From the 80s.
that has effects that you can like a title, like a pre sort of animated title or whatever. But then there will also be controls or settings for that effect, right? Where you can like maybe change the level of the writing and stuff like that, but also you can adjust the animation, you can adjust whatever's happening. And there will be, usually this is like 12 to 15 different settings, and then there'll be a little slider and everything as a default starts on 0, but you can play around with them and change what the effect is. However, many of them, it'll go from like minus 30 to positive 30, and then in the middle is the 0. And many of them, the difference between 1 and 5, I don't know why you'd ever go past 4, because now it's like, I don't know what the hell is happening, right? It felt like that one thing that every video editor has ever done when they get a new thing and they start playing around with the settings to make something cool. And then all of a sudden you get partway through your process and you realize that this is not savable at this point. And you need to just start over and maybe look up a tutorial. That's what it felt like. Because the writing would like, previously it would like swoop into the scene or onto the screen,
Yeah.
slow down so that you could read it, and then swoop away fast again.
Right.
This time it was just like swoop, 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 gone. And you're like, what? What did that say?
Who's in this?
What? Like, it was just coming from all different angles, and it would just bounce around like a 1995 screensaver, and then it would just
like the plot.
yes,
Yes.
and then it would fly. Ooh, foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's deep.
Some deep stuff right there.
It was all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it was. Yeah.
Can we
When-
talk about
when
the
I watched-
fingernails?
When I watched that sequence, I did think of Brady with the
Nuclear Man?
I need to talk about his
Fingers?
fingernails.
fingernails. The nuclear guy.
Why did he have instant growing fingernails?
Why
And
did he have
what
a
was
lot
the
of
significance
things?
of that? Why was his only line,
No, he had some words voiced by.
they were
Gene
caveman
Hackman.
words?
It does seem like, I think there was a discussion in a boardroom where they're like,
We have to make him stupid
we found this
'Cause-
guy and he's
because we made him in a lab.
yeah,
So he
well,
doesn't have the full English language vocabulary
Yeah.
at his fingertips. So he only knows kill Superman, destroy Superman. Like,
Oh no, there's no sun. Ugh.
I feel like there was a discussion in a boardroom where someone said, we found our guy. And they
dumb as bricks.
held up a picture and they went, "Oh yeah, he's pretty. We'll put some bronzer on him and some baby oil and we'll bleach
and we'll
his hair."
paint his fingernails silver.
And then someone sitting down at the end of the table named Tim said, "Is he a good actor?" And everyone else in the room said, "Shut up, Tim."
So they only gave him like 4 words.
Yeah.
His acting wasn't measured in lines; it was measured in bicep flexes.
Well, then he knocked it out of the park, I
He's
guess.
jacked.
Absolutely, he was.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he was some Thor Ragnarok there.
I kind of want to look up a picture of him now.
Save that for later.
Where are they now?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I found Lex. Was Lex always this annoying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it just took me 4
it
movies
just
to
got
realize it.
it just got worse because it's like he didn't evolve.
I think it was the break.
He came out of jail being like, I want to. It was like a revenge plot.
And
is
he
just so
never
weak.
act again.
Really?
He was mad at Superman and he wanted to kill him.
I think it was. I think
Was
having
there
the
anything
break
else?
in number 3 with a different villain, even though that villain was one-dimensional.
Yeah.
It made me awaken to this Lex
Oh,
Luthor
this
is
guy
very
again.
pretty annoying.
Yeah,
There's no Miss Tessmacher.
no, and like Lex's thing, and I think he says at one point in this film, it's not about money, it's about power. And I do think that is Lex's whole thing.
Right.
He has money, but he's not as into money as he is into power.
Right.
You know, he's always trying to control stuff.
Yep.
And I think, but it just didn't really come through, I think, the way that they wanted it to. I just got this, like, it seems like a revenge plot. He's just mad at Superman. He's mad that Superman has enough power to just, like, round up all the nukes and throw them into the sun. Like, it's like he's just mad at him because he's powerful. And he's like, that's not allowed in my world.
So
Nobody can be that powerful except for me.
The actor's name is Mark Pillow.
Pillow.
Yep. Spelled how it sounds.
So I did an X in there, silent X. Okay.
And nowadays, he just looks like that one uncle that everyone has that owns a boat.
Let's see.
You know, not like a rich asshole, just like he's just that one uncle that, you know, did some day trading or whatever and has money, but doesn't drive a Lambo, but he's got a nice boat.
Yeah.
And he'll take you on like a nice, he's got an RV. He'll take you on a nice camping trip.
He looks like an engineer, like
Every summer?
someone who's kind of
Yeah.
smart, has a bit of money, not like rich Elon Musk money, but like, you know, he's doing okay.
But what's funny about it is like he is also one of those guys. So this was his first acting credit ever.
Nice.
No friggin' wonder.
No
Did he
surprise
do
there.
anything after
In 1988, 1 year later, he did one episode of a show called Wise Guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was Russell Haynes in Wise Guy. I knew him. In 93...
Sorry, is that this guy's name? Russell? No, who's Russell?
No,
Haynes?
Mark Pillow. That
Mark
was his character's
Pillow.
name in Wise Guy.
Okay.
In 1993, he did 13 episodes of a show called Alaska Kid,
Okay.
where he played
Alaska Kid.
Alaska Kid. So that was a titular role. And then his final acting credit was in the year 2000
Nice.
in a film called Lara Todlisch Efferschlut.
Is this a foreign film?
It's super German.
Nice.
Okay.
But what's wild about this, he is one of those guys, though, that, like, here's his ad. Here's his thing for, even though he did like 4 acting credits ever and then bought a boat. Here's his little advert for appearing at the 2025 Comic-Con in San Diego as special guest Mark Pillow, because he played. Literally,
This is what I'm talking about with the nostalgia.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, it's the same thing as, but I'm just saying he's one of these guys that like, there are 3 people that I know for sure do this. One is a goddamn legend, and the other 2, This is the first one. Mm-hmm. The one that is a legend is Anthony Daniels. Because literally all he's ever been is C-3PO, but he's been C-3PO 100 times, and he is the guy. Mm-hmm. And then the other guy is Thomas Wilson, who played Biff in Back to the Future 50 years ago, and is still riding the coattails of that at Comic-Con every year, going like, why don't you make like a tree
and get out of here?
Right, and that's it. And he's got nothing else.
But arguably,
he's leaning into it.
Those are more iconic examples.
I think he may have played a creepy, like, girls basketball team coach in some other film once, and that's it.
Okay, all right, checks out.
Checks out. The one that hangs out around the locker room door a little too much.
Where's that hole in the wall from? That's weird.
Wait, is this like a peeping hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
Well, anyways, so back to the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I did something else crappy that this movie did. I forget what it was. Oh, speaking of foreign films, how does Superman how is he fluent in every language?
He speaks Russian.
No, not just Russian. And French.
Italian.
And French.
Oh, Italian.
It was
Italian.
Russian and Italian.
Yeah,
I made
just
a
out of
note
the
of
blue.
that because I'm like, hold on.
The sun,
that's hot.
The yellow. All right.
I don't know
also
what
thought
I don't know what that scene was even. I don't know what that was.
So apparently,
Russian opera singing.
You float by the sun, and it makes you fluent in every language. Like, how the hell does that work?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was amazing. I'm like,
Was
okay,
it, though?
that was Italian and that was Russian. Does he know all the languages?
Valid question.
Is this did the crystals in the fortress like download all of the human languages into it? Like, or did he take time to study human languages?
He probably took years to study it, then went around the Earth to go back in time so that no time had elapsed.
Well, and what was that?
Talking about the fortress for a second, though.
Yeah.
Did he go to the fortress? No, he went to the farm to have a small conversation
He
with
ends
his
up
mother.
in the fortress.
He does.
Wasn't that destroyed?
Okay, when did he have
I
the
thought so,
conversation
too.
with his mother where she was like, hey,
That was, I think,
if
the last
you make them
movie.
dependent on you, you will set them up to be betrayed.
No, I think it's
Or number 2, maybe.
number 2 because I think in the second one.
No. There was this movie.
Not the mom.
No,
There was
'cause his
some
mom
other-
died.
Was it mom or
There
dad
was
then?
some
Mom's
other
dead.
asshole
They're
that I didn't
both his parents are
recognize.
dead.
But there was some other face at the fortress that he talked to.
Because by the time the third film happens, I mean, Pa Kent dies in the first one, obviously.
Yeah.
And then
I could have sworn it was mom.
I'm pretty sure by the time we get to the third one and he's back in Smallville for the homecoming, I think Mom's dead.
Lana has said, hey, sorry about your mom.
Sorry about your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Oh, you mean like Kal-El's mom?
Yes, sorry.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think there
okay.
was any flashbacks. to
Yeah,
this one,
no,
though,
there's
was there?
No,
there's just
he's
an
holding
auditory
the crystal.
hallucination.
Oh,
He's holding the crystal. I think it's at the farm.
And she says, by this point, you
So-
are passing into the yellow sun. He's hearing
Oh,
the
you're
tape
right, yes.
that she had recorded
Right,
for
right,
him.
right.
Yeah,
And
you're
so
right.
so
Okay.
he's like, I think maybe he's questioning whether he should interfere,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Should I take away all of their nuclear weapons? And she's kind of saying like, what is it?
if you build it, they will come.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
teach
what I-
them to depend on you are teaching them to be betrayed.
Yes.
So it's like
That's a
her
cool
point
line.
is like, hey,
Yeah.
like these humans need to be self-sufficient. I think she's kind of painting a picture of like, hey, they're about to destroy themselves like we did on Krypton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But like you can't make so like it's this like line that he's got to straddle of like, do I interfere or do I save them from their own fate or do I leave them to their own devices and
It was a weird scene though.
They could have taken that somewhere, but they didn't.
Because he shows up in the barn and he opens the thing. And I'm like, that's not the ship he arrived in, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's this green crystal, which I'm pretty sure was the crystal that he had already thrown out into the snow
Ages ago.
that built the thing that I'm pretty sure got destroyed, but
That
then he ends
Lois
up there
Lane
again.
sat on at a different point.
And then he
stuck on someone's shoe.
He takes sat on it, and then he takes he takes the crystal out of it, and this pod, which is not the pod he came here in, but is the pod we have now. Obi-Wan Kenobi's itself into being one with the Force. Miraculously hiding all the evidence, and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot.
And in the next scene, he's friggin' boloing all the world's friggin'. There's no way. Look, I keeping in mind what I said before, it's a goofy comic book film, so this doesn't matter. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, you're not being real ginger with those nuclear warheads that you're just cramming into this net. Like, I feel like one of them's going to go off. Second of all, he throws like 100 nuclear bombs into the sun. Now, I get the sun is huge.
But
And
that's
whatever.
like dropping a glass of water into the ocean.
But with the big
No, the sun is
but with the
That's
big
nothing.
the big
You don't think-
explosion.
I'm just asking ignorantly, will there not eventually be ramifications?
no, absolutely not.
You don't think?
So
No.
then why is it possible that one big solar flare could wipe out all
Because that's
electricity
the
on
sun's energy, which is
Yeah, but then there was a big
massive.
sun explosion thing that I'm gonna ask AI. But you guys keep talking.
the sun is so hot and so powerful. It gives off so much energy.
Oh no,
Even
I know.
that many
It's
nukes
in-
is like nothing.
what would-
The sun's just like yummy. Like it's like no big deal.
What would happen
I thought the same thing
if you nuked
and then realized no,
the sun?
that's
Drop in the
a
bucket.
drop in the bucket. Yeah, that's nothing.
They would be nuking the sun wouldn't destroy it. This is singular nuke. It's an incredibly massive and powerful star. Even if all the world's nuclear weapons... Okay, here we go. Even if all the world's nuclear weapons were fired at the sun, they would be a tiny, insignificant impact compared to the sun's energy and mass. The sun's fusion reactions are far more powerful, and the combined energy from nuclear weapons would be like throwing pebbles into a bonfire.
Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, that's...
But they still should have gone off in space as he's like hucking them
I
into
said
this
what
net.
I said. It's like dropping a glass of water into the ocean. No
Yes.
one's gonna notice.
I'll notice.
Big whoop.
They'll notice if it's Dasani.
So I hope we all understand just how powerful the sun is now.
Yes. I'm going to be putting on sunscreen tomorrow, let me tell you. It's a
Yeah,
result
don't
of that.
mess with that, okay?
Yeah.
Speaking of flaming piles of whatever, anything else to add to this movie?
I don't have anything
Flaming
else.
piles of nuclear waste. I just have to say, it has to be said, that whole sequence with Tommy, who wrote the letter to Superman and then walking in with Superman. Mm-hmm. I could have done without it.
Mm-hmm.
But Tommy surprised me. Well, because
I just wish Superman would have said yes. And
Yeah,
then
but
the newspaper says, Superman tells kid to get fucked.
but like at first it's at first it's weird because they're all in class, right? And all the kids are not participating, but they're all
That kid was not
they're all,
participating.
no, I know, but they're all
Moping in the
they're all there
corner.
and
He
he's
was.
well, yeah, but like it's weird because like she like the camera pans over to Tommy sitting at the back of the class staring out the window, and the teacher's like, well, what about you, Tommy? Like, what do you think? Blah blah blah. and you expect him to like turn around and go, I don't know, right? Like, but he's not. The kid's like, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, is this kid like a bully at this school? Because the kid turns around and he's like, I'll tell you who would know what to do. Like, this kid's pissed, and I'm like, what is happening?
Easy, Tommy.
Whoa,
Easy.
Tommy! Sometimes parents get divorced. Let it go. God.
It just struck me too that like has no other kid thought to write a letter to Superman about this?
He is,
Like,
but
We're
Superman
all
normally tells him to
preparing
eat
for
shit.
a possible nuclear war. And no one's like, we should ask Superman to help us.
Can you imagine?
Pete
Just
is-
this is like with the Kryptonian wax seal on the envelope, the Superman logo, and he opens it up, and then
Oh,
written
that's not where I thought you were going with this.
written in the nicest Superman pensmanship you've ever seen.
He wrote it
just
with
reads-
his laser vision.
Eat shit and die. Like
Well, I mean, that's,
written in the tears of orphans. Like
from what we saw, number 3 with the red kryptonite,
yes.
that was very much on the table to
Oh,
get a
yeah.
response from a letter like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Eat shit and
There
die.
were probably some letters that were written, and he responded in that way.
New merch coming soon.
When the fresh juice is squeezed, eat shit and die.
Oh, God.
I actually want to do we couldn't do a Superman logo because that'll be
No.
copyrighted.
Right.
But we could do like a silhouette of someone that's clearly meant to be just like superhero-esque, and then just have it say "Eat shit and die." Coming to the merch store.
We'll think on that one. Which means no.
Oh,
Oh, it means we can think on it.
yeah. All right. I mean, you don't have the login for the merch store, so
No,
no.
but I do have a way to save 15% on car insurance.
Is it with pie and chips?
Yeah. Where do we go from here? Should we?
Do we
Wrap this up?
Rank it?
Ratings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Emily, on a scale is
Is on a scale of 10% to 16%. Because those are the 2 Rotten Tomato options.
On a-
Which would you give it?
on a
One
scale-
of us gives it a 0, and then the other 2 numbers we divvy up between the other 2 people.
yeah. On a scale of 0 to 10,
You're
how would
changing
you
it suddenly?
rank?
No.
No. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank Superman 4, the the penultimate in this storyline?
Oh.
The
I didn't
Brandon
realize the 5th. Like,
So
next
the
one was
Brandon
connected.
Ralph Superman is like it's like the OG Legacy sequel, and it's like a weird Legacy sequel because they were like, all right, it's been 20 years. Let's make another one with an entirely new cast. Like Kevin Spacey is Lex Luthor, and like there's this whole, like entirely different cast. But it is 100% meant to be
It
a
picks up
sequel.
where this one left off. Well,
and
no, but
Does Lana make a comeback?
no, but it's driven home by the fact that the one carryover actor is Fortress of Solitude facial footage of Marlon Brando as Jor-El. And you're like, okay, this is
We're listening.
the same Superman. Yeah.
it doesn't deserve any more points than the number that it is in this series.
4.
Interesting.
Giving it a 4.
4. Okay.
It's bad.
Wow.
Brady?
Respectable.
What would you give it out of
I'm going to
10?
give it a 4.5. I think it's janky,
With a capital
and
J.
you kind of have to just be like, well, this is, nothing matters.
No, it's like lowercase j, capital A, lowercase n, capital K, lowercase y, janky.
How would you pronounce that?
Janky.
There you go.
Janky.
Yeah, but I'm going to give it a 4.5 because even though it was bad, I did have, I was having fun. I
made-
was like, this is stupid
You
and
and
bad,
Aaron-
but I
Is it one of those it's so bad it's good?
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like Sharknado bad?
not that
I've never seen
territory.
it.
Oh.
Oh,
Any of the 12 or however many
there's
there
a
are
few.
now.
There's
There's
a
a lot.
few.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
I think it's Shark. I think the 4th one, ironically, is Sharknado: Quest for Peace.
Although I
Is
have,
it really?
no, but it could be.
seen the Piranha
if you go to
films,
the
and
GoFundMe film.
they're
There's a shark with long fingernails.
Voiced by Gene Hackman.
How many Sharknado movies are there? There are.
I
one,
derailed
two,
this.
3, 4, 5. There are 6.
Oh, wow. Okay,
That's
I
a
think
lot.
I've only seen like the first 2.
And all 6 of them came out between 2013 and 2018.
So how many? 6? 20, so that's like,
One a year
One a
for
year, yeah.
6 years.
whew. Buckle up, kids.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the first Sharknado, I think.
It's
The
fun.
films are called Sharknado,
Mm-hmm.
Sharknado 2, the second one,
Yeah.
Yep.
Checks out.
Sharknado
Sharknado 3,
3, oh hell no,
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Sharknado the Fourth Awakens,
Oh, boy. Is there like a Mark Hamill cameo in that?
which has
Wouldn't rule
got
it
to
out.
be...
Would not rule it out.
No, but David Hasselhoff is in it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharknado 5, Global Swarming,
Cat.
and the last Sharknado, It's About Time. What a wonderfully self-aware sounding series.
Oh, listen. It's not trying to be anything other than a tornado full of sharks, okay?
There's 2 spin-off films. Lava Lantula
Oh.
and Two Lava, Two Lantula.
What? Is that a volcano?
What?
Is that
Tarantulas?
Is that tarantula volcanoes? Or
Yes.
what's
That's
F that, by the
amazing.
way?
Oh my God. Two Lava, Two Lantula.
One more comment about crazy, stupid movies. Cocaine Bear.
Does it hold up?
Oh, so good.
Really?
Do you know the thing about
So
Cocaine Bear?
much fun.
Though?
What about it?
Although, like,
Okay,
really exaggerated.
really
Oh,
loosely
yes,
based
yes,
on a true
yes.
It
story.
is
Correct.
very loosely based
I
on a
did
true
know that.
story of
But
a,
But the movie
of a
is
coked out
so
bear.
fun.
Yeah.
named Winnie the Pooh.
I,
So what?
anyways.
What give you it on scale 0, 10, 2?
4.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Wow, I
bad.
thought you would be kinder to it
For an
than
average
us.
score of 4 point
2.5. 4 point.
no
No, you got to divide.
4.1
4 point.
something.
Probably like 4.15. Yeah. Someone said that.
Clark would be better at this.
Oh.
Clark is
Kent.
good at fractions. No, Clark, my son, who I named after Clark Kent.
Well, there you go.
But before watching all of these films, to be fair.
That is true.
Okay, wrap it up.
Well, thank you for listening. Emily, thank you for joining us. Whether it's for good films or films like this, we do like to talk about films with you. I'd like to talk about everything with you, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a delight.
Yes. But yeah, thank you for joining us.
4.16.
Oh, so close.
6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7.
7. Check out our socials.
How'd you know it was going to be that? Was it just,
Don't most decimals like round up at the last number?
I don't know.
Like if they're
If
infinitesimally
it kept
6,
going,
I
it
dropped
would
out of
I think
high
the
school.
last one I think it's probably way more 6s in there, and the calculator just ended it at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, check out our socials below.
Yeah?
Merchandise page, Patreon page.
Yeah.
Save the Earth from Nukes page.
And tornadoes with sharks in them and lavas with, or volcanoes with tarantulas.
Yeah,
Ew.
And bears hopped up on cocaine.
and cocaine bears.
Yeah, coked out bears.
Yeah, stay tuned until we continue on in this series, until Carl and Brady continue on in their first time watch series.
Mm-hmm.
And just stay tuned.
We finished Alien. We finished all of the Alien franchise. So
Fun
now
fact,
I gotta.
I just watched an Alien movie last night to listen to your guys' review of Alien Covenant.
Is it Mars Needs Moms? Because I don't think that's.
No, it was Alien Covenant.
Oh, you like an alien film?
Yeah.
Do you know there's a show coming? Alien
Yes,
Earth.
I was aware.
It looks dark as hell.
My son snuck out of his room last night, and I was watching it downstairs.
He
And
picked the lock, huh?
he hid on the top stair for quite a long time,
Oh dear.
and like I thought it was the film, but he had this little rattle that he was making little sounds, and like I was watching it in the dark, and I'm like, that's super
This
weird.
is
Like,
creepy.
yeah, and then
The
finally
sound
I was
effects
just
are
like,
really-
hey, and I said his name. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I said, how long have you been watching? Like, someone just ripped out of someone's
Yeah,
chest.
you're
I
like-
really hope you didn't see that.
You just made Daddy shit his pants. It's time to go to bed.
So, family movie night.
Yeah.
But yeah, first time watch series continuing on, And you know what? I wrote this down, so I need to use
Patreon
it.
merch.
I already said those things.
Oh, okay. I wasn't listening.
I've always considered
Eat shit and die merch.
I've always considered this podcast the Dutch Elm's disease of our family tree. Remember that line in this movie? That was
I do, but I
a pretty bad line.
think it's wildly inappropriate for you to say it here. That's rude.
I don't know where else
It's real
to use
rude.
it.